Welcome back to the Scott Ballard Show right here on the Warrior Sports Network. I'm Corey Padell, along with head women's basketball coach Scott Ballard. Coach, back on the road now. It's kind of crunch time here in the NSIC season, and you'll spend the next 2 weekends on the road where you haven't had quite as much success as you had at home. As it's, obviously, as you've seen firsthand, it's tough to win on the road in the NSIC. But Friday night you take on St. Cloud State at 6 p.m. and then head to play Duluth on Saturday at 4 p.m. A couple middle-of-the-pack teams in the NSIC, each team 8-8 in conference play, but two different teams. So what can you expect this weekend?
Well, they're like most everybody else in the league. They're really good at home. St. Cloud, who we play on Friday, they got. I think they won their first 9 games of the season, and then we got into league play and things got a little more challenging. But they have somewhat of a young team, and they're still trying to figure out who they are, and they've had a few injuries that have kind of disrupted things. But they're a high scoring. They're capable of being a high scoring team. They can play multiple lineups. They play multiple defenses. They try to keep you off balance, throw a lot of different things at you. So you've got to play with a basketball IQ. They crash the boards. They have a lot of three-point shooters. They've got some post people that can also step out and shoot the three. They're a good free throw shooting team. So they're going to be a challenge for us defensively at their place to contain and control. Duluth, a very hard-nosed man-to-man, mostly half-court man-to-man team. But they also are playing some zone stuff, mixing it in. They have the second leading scorer in the league, and Taylor Meyer, 6'1", 6'2" kid that, I think she's hit 17 threes. She can drive both ways, has a mid-range game, post you up. They play really hard in the half-court man-to-man defense. They also occasionally will mix in some zone if they get in foul trouble, but they can take you out of your sets if you allow their physical play and their pressure in the half court to disrupt continuity. So that'll be a different kind of challenge. I don't know if we've played. I would say probably the next team that closest to them in terms of how hard they play in their half court man would be Mankato. Mankato switches on everything. Duluth doesn't switch on anything. They sometimes they've had some struggles offensively, but defensively they're always a challenge and make things difficult for you. But both games are winnable. If we play really well, we could put ourselves in a position at late stages of the game to win. And it's a challenge, but it's also a great opportunity. Yeah, and it's fun this late in the season with 6 games to go, and mathematically we still can play for a potential conference championship. And then at the same time, we've not assured ourselves of finishing in the top 4 in our division yet, where we can play at home in the first round. So we got a lot of things to play for. Not to mention, regional rankings will start coming out soon, and we've had a good season, and if we really can make a strong push here in the next 3 weeks, we could put ourselves in position to have a great season and have every game have playoff implications and potential national tournament implications. So you can call it pressure if you want, but it's fun to have that opportunity, that pressure. I've always said, if you don't have pressure, you're not any good. And our team was picked to finish 12th. When this all started, we have not surpassed our expectations, but we have surpassed what other people's expectations were. And we knew that we had the potential of turning into something pretty good. We just didn't know how quickly that would take place. And at the same time, we tell our team, we haven't done anything yet. Right. We haven't won anything yet. We've just got off to a good start, and we put ourselves in position to have a lot to play for every night we go out there for the next 3 weeks.
Exciting time of year, February now. As you said, 6 games to go, 4 of those on the road, and then you'll end the season with a couple of games at home.
Yeah.
But starts this weekend as you head to St. Cloud State on Friday for a 6 p.m. tip-off against St. Cloud State, and then head to Duluth for 4 p.m. tip-off against the Bulldogs in Romano Gym. So it should be a fun couple games on the road. Good luck to you and the Warriors.
Well, thank you. I would also like to remind our viewers that we had Alumni Day this past Saturday, and had about 25 of our former alum here, and 15, 16 of them played in the game, and I think it was a good experience for them. We've been doing this now for 10, 11 years in a row, and we want to reach out to the others, and I know it's hard to pick a date that works well for everybody. I don't think it's feasible with conflicts, in work schedules and whatever their kids have going on, but we sure appreciate them coming back and letting them know, we're grateful for what they started. Our players realize that they wouldn't have, they're reaping the benefits and rewards of what the alum started, several years ago, and we'll never forget that, and we certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely, and from an outsider's perspective, I was able to catch some of that game. It's just kind of neat to see, Katie Wolf, who was just here a couple years ago, and then you got some people who 10, 15, 20 years ago playing there.
Yeah, I wish some of them still had some eligibility left, honestly.
Absolutely.
And another quick note is that, we found out just this past week that we are currently 3rd in the league in attendance, overall average attendance, and that's the highest that we've ever been, and we really appreciate our community and students and all of our fans that have been coming out and supporting us, and it really makes it fun for everybody involved, and our players really appreciate it. And I think we had over 1,200 fans this last Saturday's game, and that just makes it fun and makes our players feel appreciated, and in return we appreciate the people supporting us.
Absolutely, and 2 more home games left at the end of February. Hopefully the place is packed, and hopefully you're playing for conference titles.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So we'll be back next week right here on the Scott Ballard Show on the Warrior Sports Network.